Hello YouTube, this is Chaos Rippet, and this is another episode of Dark Cloud. We're continuing the Georama, changing the world as we see fit. How's everybody doing? How's your day coming along? I hope it's coming wonderfully, fantastically. I'm just hoping it's better than mine. Oh man. But anyway, in the last episode we were getting these little wells done. And yeah, I'm just looking at my work. I'm loving it so much. You know, I'm enjoying it as the days gone by into dusk and all that good stuff. Oh man, I'm sorry, I get a kick out of doing this sometimes. But doing voiceover work all the time, just no. At least not when it comes to being consistent. For me, it's not the best thing in the world. And I am not an architect, as you can tell. So, as I'm putting everything everywhere, trying to figure out where I want to put this and put that and all that good stuff, you know. Right now, I'm just trying to put up houses and get things done so I don't have to deal with it later. And I'm not gonna front. All I was doing just trying to get 100%. Like, that's the only thing I'm focusing on. You know, give the people what they want. Give what the Georama wants, and then call it a day. That's it. That's all. So, you know, if you're looking for the exact recipe for the great Georama, just do what the people tell you to do and move forward, you know, and use all your materials. Like I said, right now I'm just laying stuff out there, trying to, just get it out there. Now, some parts of the Georama I couldn't place rivers and wells and water wheels. It's because it was already there. So for some reason you can't really mess with them, which, you know, I guess I can understand that. But yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna front. This whole episode is just me trying to figure out how this is gonna work, and I'm not gonna front to anybody right now. This is gonna be like a half an hour worth of, well, me trying to figure out what to do next. So yeah, I wish I could have just recorded my vocals with my video. It would have been a lot better and a lot more entertaining. But the one good thing about this, I will say, is I get to talk about issues or things that I don't get to talk about because I'm mostly focused on video games. So yeah, and all that good stuff. I just got through I just got through watching a couple of episodes of, what was it, Power Rangers Beast Morphers or something like that. Yeah, and then I think I watched Ninja Steel right behind that, and a couple other things. And I mean, you know, I grew up on Power Rangers, so I get it. The evolution of Power Rangers when it comes to not storyline, I'm talking about just straight up action, for me didn't change until like Mystic Force, you know, because they had this kind of Hollywood wushu kind of deal, you know what I'm saying, when it came to stuff like that. So, you know, that was for me the change. Alright, let's see what's going on with my buddy here. Oh, okay. Alright. Ooh, wow. Caffeine and cake. That's caffeine and cake, people. Such a lovely combination of diabetes. That's all it really is. It really is. Oh, man. But yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what to do next. I'm going from building to building, trying to figure out where I'm going to go, what I'm going to do. And I'm not going to front. I've been thinking about just stuff to talk about. But anyway, oh yeah, I was, Mystic Force is where it changed for me. And then I think it went to like more of a kung fu thing where the Red Ranger had like, not Mystic Force. It was, what was it? You know what? I'm finna use my phone and turn this down too, so I don't make no mistake. And in fact, I'm gonna go to Netflix and figure this out because I want to actually know how many Power Ranger series are on Netflix. which is actually pretty good for me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it works out so well, you know. Oh my goodness gracious. I mean, because I'm not gonna front. This is all really boring to look at. So yeah, I mean, Power Rangers. I mean, what can I say? Yeah. All right. So let me get this correct. Right. My personal favorite series had to have been Mystic Force, because for me, I'm a big Jackie Chan, you know, old school kung fu flicks, or you know how kung fu flicks fly in the air and the moves that they do. For me, it was definitely Mystic Force that changed it for me. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with, you know, any of the other series, you know what I'm saying? I mean, SPD was good, you know, the Samurai and, you know, RPG, you know, Overdrive and all that kind of stuff. But for me, you know, what changed the game for me personally, and I guess because, like I said, I always look at fight scenes, you know, I always like to look at the rhythm of the fights, you know, the way that each fight is choreographed, you know, and stuff like that. That's what drew me in as a kid watching this stuff. You know, I watched Batman because, you know, all the punches and kicks and stuff like that, and you get to go through the air, and the story was awesome, you know what I'm saying? But when I saw Power Rangers, I'm like, whoa, these dudes are kicking and punching. It was looking like a kung fu flick, like an old school kung fu flick you would see in like them in the theaters. Not like really good kung fu flicks. I'm talking about the ones that dubbing is so bad, and you can only see them in like really old theaters. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, for me, it was definitely Mystic Force. You know, besides that, Ninja Storm was good. Ninja Storm. I'm trying to think. Dino Charge. I don't know. That's kind of a mixture. Definitely Jungle Fury. Yeah, I gotta give them props to do. They knew what they were doing when they came to Jungle Fury. Power Ranger Samurai. I don't know. I mean, I'm up and down with that one. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong, I love the sword work, you know, what they do with it and the characters. Megaforce was just a combination of a lot of stuff, so I don't know. And then, like, Megaforce is basically supposed to be pirates, you know what I'm saying? And then they just kept it going and just said Megaforce, and then they just switched it over to from pirates to, I guess, they look like little soldiers from England, you know what I'm saying, with the top hats. Except they ain't got the top hats. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what to call them for real. Like generals or, you know, I'm trying to remember it because, oh my god. Like Napoleon. I'm sorry. That's a whole different place. I'm sorry. But like during that area, Napoleon was around. That kind of look to him. So it was like, it was unique to say the least. And then, you know, Super Mega Force, that's just a combination of all the Rangers in general. I mean, like I said, Ninja Storm was cool, you know, for what they did. Other than that, I mean, the only one I was like kind of looking at, sorta, was Operation Overdrive, but that was a hit or miss. What I liked about all those series and all the other series with that was basically the generals. I think I said in the last episode, was like, you could tell the ones that were more story-driven generals, you know what I'm saying? They didn't really do that much, for real. And then the one looked like they're just wearing like a basic bodysuit, you know what I'm saying? Or the ones where they're like other Rangers that were evil and these Rangers are good and then they're just going at it. You know, that's cool. But to me, when I see like the generals that are more human-based, it reminds me a lot of like Mask Rider and Mask Rider. I'm trying to think I can't remember. I hate the fact that my brain works that way. But like anybody from Saban and stuff like that, where they have like the guy in the suit, you know what I'm saying, doing some awesome stuff, and to me that's That's, oh my god. Yeah, for me, I'm sorry, I was trying to think. Yeah, for me, you know what I'm saying, people like Mask Rider and anything connected to Mask Rider, let me say it that much. Because I'm actually looking at it on my Google map. Not Google Map. Mask Rider. Trying to think. Mask Rider. I'm trying to seriously think. I can't remember. This is the only time I'm actually hating that my brain does not work. Trying to think. My brain. Because I'm trying to think what they're actually called. Wow, it's almost 11 minutes into this long video of audio that does not go with what you're looking at. Oh my god. Yeah, because I am not, my brain is just not working the way it's supposed to. And I think it will later on, but not right now, because I'm just kind of out of it. You know what I'm saying? Which is not a good thing necessarily. It's not a good thing. Oh my god. Oh my goodness gracious, it's not a good thing. You know, oh! I remember now. I'm sorry. My brain caught up. Kamen Rider. That's what I was trying to remember. Because I was going like, Mask Rider. No, it was Kamen Rider. Ah. Now, I could watch some Kamen Rider. But every time I would see some of those generals, I would think of Kamen Rider. You know what I'm saying? Like, the way that they have, like, the chest area to cover up the chest. And then you got the parts that go on, like, on the forearm, on the shins, on the, you know, cover up the hands. And the whole 9 yards, man. It was so cool back in the day. That's why, I think that was the only reason why I started watching Mask Rider. I mean, watching Mask Rider again and then watching Kamen Rider after that. You know what I'm saying? Oh, it was just watching the fight scenes them by themselves was just awesome, you know? I could watch that every day. I used to go to anime night. And if you ever go on my channel and check it out, you know, I got the guys who run that on my channel. I'll probably leave a link down there after I get through editing and put it on YouTube of their videos and stuff like that. But I used to watch that stuff down there all the time because we was watching a big auditorium. And when, you know, the anime stuff, you know, we got done watching it, we would either watch like Kamen Rider or Goro. It was a TV show called Goro or something like that, you know, by a guy with a long, he looked like Kaiba basically, you know what I'm saying, but instead of him having a samurai sword, he would have a Chinese straight sword. And he would get down, you know what I'm saying? But they had a thing where, and I forgot what the monsters were called. Oh man. But basically these monsters were basically based off like the human condition of like negativity, you know. So if you're a glutton, then you would have to. Then now here's the difference between Kamen Rider and I guess Goro. I'm not talking about Goro from this right here. I'm talking about the actual TV show. And I might get it wrong, so you know, just work with me. And because they both were based from the same kind of setup, except Goro was like a knight, you know what I'm saying, or something like that. So. But I know I'm getting it wrong somewhere, somehow, so don't kill me in the comment section. But long story short, they will kill people in Goro. They will literally kill you. You know what I'm saying? Like, the quote-unquote, I guess they couldn't call them demons, so they call them something else. But they would literally kill the people that are in there. And it was geared more towards adults than Kamen Rider. I mean, don't get me wrong, when Amazon came around, and it was like, well, Amazon... Kamen Rider, Amazon, or something like that, and they got a lot more adult You know what I'm saying? But and depending on which series you was watching at the time, but yeah, I was like, and well, the one thing I did like about that other show, not Kamen Rider, but the other show, similar to it, was like when he transformed, he was basically a big old golden knight, and every once in a while, he would, he looked like a really, really, really cool Goldar. But in the earlier seasons, he would just transform into a guy in a suit with a humongous, like, broadsword, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, of course, you have other ones on there, and they will fight every once in a while. And then, later on, down the line, anybody ever remember, I'm trying to think of it, was it Jet Li, was it, not Fist of Fury, it was, my brain is not working the way it needs to. I always remember these when I'm not playing this game, or when I'm not thinking about this game, or when I'm thinking about the games, like, I'm trying to think. What's that? No, it wasn't Fist of Fury. It might have been Fist of Fury. No, Fist of Fury is Bruce Lee. Jet Li did like a Fist of. You know what? I'm using Google. I'm using Google. I might as well. I know it's horrible saying it that way, but it's all good. And Big Bad Beetleborgs also was cool for me too, because they did the same thing with Guy for Beetleborgs. Anyway, what was it? I have to remember because my brain is not working. Let me see. Jet Li Chinese Connection. Yes, I'm actually using Google as you can hear it. Fist of Legend. That's what it was. Okay, thank you. Had to do that. Sorry, I know that ain't the right way of doing that, but it is what it is. And all that good stuff. And I'm sorry, but this kind of stuff, let me give you the short running. You just go to them again. They tell you what they want. You give it to them, and then you see how you can fix the city or the town, and you just do what they say and call it a day. Move them towards people, away from people. Blah 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 blah. You go back and forth over and over again. So, you know, give or take. And yes, I actually asked him too. But anyway, Fist of Legends for me. Wow, my brain is not working. My brain just went dead. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna try to get back on track. So let me just go all the way back on track, right? So, let me go back a little bit. So when it came to like Goro or whatever, the one thing I did like about it, like I said, they would kill people left and right. You know what I'm saying? And just demolish them, you know, from the inside out, because they gave into basically their sins. Where, you know, Kamen Rider, you know, you ride around on a bike and stuff like that. Oh, no, I remember now. We're back on track now. Okay. Everybody remember Fist of Legends, right? You remember when Jet Li was, you know, he's fighting for his Japanese girlfriend, and her dad shows up, right? And they have that one fight scene in what looks like to be like a shrine or something like that. That guy was in Goro, and he got down. Like, he demolished them cats. Like, they were like kids. You know what I'm saying? That was one of the reasons why I had to remember Fist of Legends. You know, because he fought Jet Li, and then I looked at him like, oh my god, that's old boy. And I'm like, OMG. And I believe the guy who did Tekken, live action... excuse me, sorry. Not the live action movie Tekken, but did like a live, kind of a, I want to give it, you remember on YouTube how they were having contests when Tekken Street Fighter vs. Tekken vs. came out, and they had like little mini short films on YouTube, and one of them was like a really famous Japanese martial artist actor. And these two guys who did Ken and Ryu, and you know the guy would beat him up because he was spot on for the guy for the Tekken character. I think it was Kakashi. Okay, well, I can't remember right now, and I'm not going to do no. Let's see, what is it? Hihashi Ushima? His son. I can't remember his name. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna butcher it. So anyway, yeah, he was on there. Yeah, I think he might have been on that one, or he's on a Kamen Rider. But anyway, those kind of things I love to watch. Don't get me wrong. I'm horrible with names, as you can tell. I'm extremely horrible with names, you know. And but I would love watching live action whether it's live action dramas or live action. You know, I'm an action buff. I love seeing action. But don't get me wrong, I'll watch a Korean drama. Like, I have no problem telling anyone I love watching Korean romantic comedies because they're not restricted by American standards. It's just they focus on the story, and the story happens to have, like, case in point, I'm not going to give any titles. If, for whatever reason, and this is, I want to make sure people will listen. You know how Americans nowadays, when it comes to shows and popular TV shows and movies, there's always an agenda that they have to throw in to make everybody happy? I'm not going to say for what reason or whatever. There's always some weird agenda they got to throw in to make everybody happy. But if you learn to focus on the story itself and incorporate, it's different when you have agendas in shows and you just force them in. Where if you back up and focus on the story as a whole, even if it has certain things that make other people happy, as long as it's a full part of the story and it was part of the story from the beginning, not just forced in, to make these people happy and forced in for... No. I'm always a big advocate on the story itself. Always have been. So romantic comedies, dramas, action, from Koreans to Japanese people to Chinese people, Thai people. Long as they focused on the story itself, and whatever elements that the society needs to have, as long as the story as a whole has those elements already in there, then it's all good. Like, okay, I'm gonna speak for myself. I'm an African American, right? So if I look at a story and you can tell people, oh, we gotta have a black guy in there, so they stick a black guy in there, just some random guy, it doesn't really matter, la-da-da-da-da, he does hip-hop, does whatever, or they go for the reverse, where they said, no, he is rich, he is powerful, he can do 65 million flips, and rich, and smart, and all that, and they force it on in there, and it messes the story all the way up, and then they gotta do a backstory behind everything. That's not storytelling for me, personally speaking. I've said time and time again, whether it's comic book movies, comic book shows, TV shows, regular movies, focus on the story as a story. That's it. You want me to come back to a theater to watch your movie, focus on the story itself. That's it. Oh, it has a black guy in there, so everybody's happy. As I'm an African American, I can speak on this. Just because it has a black guy in there does not mean I'm probably going to watch it. The story itself is what I'm watching. And if the main character happens to be black, that's fine. If the main character happens to be white, that's fine. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? I understand the struggle. Don't get me wrong. Trust me, I understand the struggle. But in understanding the struggle, you don't throw crap in and say, yes, it's wonderful. No, you actually spend time, money, dedication, sweat, blood, and tears to make a good story, to make a good movie, to make a good show. So it doesn't matter what culture of people will watch this. It will resonate to everyone because the story is strong enough to hold you together. You know what I'm saying? I hate when, and I know I'm doing this while I'm watching Dark Cloud. I hate when big executives, movie execs and TV show execs just say, hey, you know what? We need to get to this demographic. let's say, oh, we need to get the female demographic in there. So we're going to throw together a whole bunch of women and everything's going to work out good. No. You can't do that. We know different movies have done this and it didn't work out. Let's talk about when they got it right. My personal favorite, Wonder Woman. Was it female director? Female actress, leading role. The different jobs that they had on the movie and stuff like that. All female, all ladies, all women. You know what I'm saying? And little girls can look at this and say, "Wow, this is awesome." But you notice, even though they made mistakes, granted, it was still an awesome movie, and I would take my daughter to go see that any day of the week. If I was Samoan, I would take my Samoan. If I was Samoan, I would take my son to go see was it Hobbs and Shaw? You know, because it was funny. You know what I'm saying? But it showed Samoan as a whole mighty and strong, but the story was still good. You know what I'm saying? It was funny. Aquaman, same thing. You know what I'm saying? Much respect to the Samoan race out there, y'all. Much respect. You know what I'm saying? Without y'all, man, much respect. But they focused on the story itself. That's what I like. Even if it's a comedy, a horror, a drama, you know. And I'm only talking about, you know, what I've seen, you know, time and time again. You know, if you want to get a certain genre of people to watch your movies, yes, you have to find something that's relatable to those types of people, and then make a great, wonderful story around that kind. Don't make it an agenda of, oh, let's just put this in there, get it good, get it going, and call it a day. No, cash cow, go away. When you put your heart and soul in something, or when you work to the best of your ability to produce something that is wonderful and fantastic, people will spend money. Look at the Marvel movies. You can say whatever you want about them, but when Iron Man first came out, I didn't care that there was a black guy, a white guy in there. I didn't care that it was, even though, you know, old boy wasn't there, but I didn't care about, at the time, didn't care about all the stuff that people care about nowadays. It was a good action movie. It was a good movie. It had its ups and its downs and everything, and the storytelling was on par, and it was wonderful. I know I'm not talking about this, but it just takes a long time. But they focused on the story itself. Endgame was a wonderful, gut-wrenching story because they focused on the story itself. You know? Even when it was having a little meeting at Endgame, you know, with the guys at the you know, post-traumatic stress, you know, whatever. And I know how they put that little bit in there, and I was happy because it was like, it was still focusing on the story itself. Say, hey, different people go through different things when something tragic happens. You know what I'm saying? That's what I mean when I say focus on the story itself. Make sure the story is solid. Then the action is going to be right, which means you want to bring that up to par. Then the drama has to be right, so you're going to bring that up to a certain level. I mean, everything is going to be brought up to a certain level when the story makes sense. It's great, it's good, and that's where your money comes in. Sorry for my little rant. I'm sorry. But this is Chaos Rip is signing out, saying thank you. Have a blessed, wonderful, fantastic day. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. You know, going through my rants. But anyway, much love, much respect. Help each other up and all that good stuff. Peace out, y'all. Much love. Peace.